It's for my tum tum. It is. It's hello, everybody.
Hi.
We had a little bit of a. It was a tough week for some of us last week, so I'm sorry we weren't here. But this week we are, and we got some fun stuff to talk about. I gotta say, Penny, you better behave your damn self. So, I informed Horror she should have her grooming stuff ready. And what started this was I decided my extra money this week was going to go to this. And if you don't know who Reed Street Soap is, Reed Street Soap, if you guys watch Think Before You Sleep, if you watch Brittany Venti, this is one of their sponsors. And I finally, hello, orchestra! I finally bit the bullet a couple of months ago and I bought 2 bars of soap. I was like, you know what? I really want to support a brand that is not going to cancel me. Plus, obviously, you all know I have not gotten many sponsor offers. I was hoping we could do a partnership, membership, whatever, what have you. I just kept hearing good things I wanted to see. And so I bit the bullet and I used the soap and I went into it completely unbiased. As you guys know, I'm a Lush girly. I've been a Lush girly for years. And I tried to buy some local soap. Hi, Moon.
Hey, Moon.
And it's nice. It's nice soap. But I wanted to try this. And I found that not sponsored, by the way, in any way, shape, or form. No partnership. I just love the company. I actually smell better longer than I did with my local soap. Now, I would say she's on par quality-wise and longevity of non-BO with Lush. Like, it genuinely felt like my skin was better. And I told her if she ever comes out with a dog soap to let me know. And she did.
Yay.
This is look at the cute little bone.
That is cute.
And apparently it's for helping gripping when you're washing your dog.
That makes sense.
Abuse me, stop me from using my right to free speech. No, Bubs, don't make me say exactly what I actually said. Don't do it. Whatchamacalls it. And so I'm adding this to my routine. And I also, because I have this is from a lady somewhere here in North Carolina. It's not bad, but it that's
kind of a crappy. Yeah.
If you say no, because I would not be screenshotting and posting it publicly, sir. I'll tell you later. I have a whole kit here. So what I said was, why don't we get ourselves together and go over our grooming routines? Now, one of us in this conversation is a dog breeder. And obviously that means it comes with taking pictures when you're going to be prepping your dogs to be seen, prepping your dogs to be photographed for when you're selling puppies and things like that. You surprise me with the stream, but it's always on Monday.
Although it's always Monday.
It does not feel like Monday.
It really doesn't. I keep thinking it's Tuesday.
Like this week has been very weird. Like
it's only Monday.
It's only Monday. Like it's even when I was in the pandemic, I didn't lose days like I did this week. I had a really. You haven't streamed in a bit. I streamed last Tuesday, babe.
We did miss last Monday, though.
We did miss last Monday, yes. But I was on Tuesday. Lucky you, it definitely feels like a Monday. It's. I mean, I had work to do. Make no bones about it. I had to make phone calls all day long for the restaurant, for the food truck, for the mortgage, for insurance, for myself. I had a call for clients. Oh yeah, it's been a day. But that's why I want to talk about fun shit instead. So, Horror, before I go over my plethora of shit, why don't you tell me what your grooming routine is? Show me your products, show me your fun stuff. And is any of it Holo Taco?
No, none of it's Holo Taco. Unfortunately, you're going to be really disappointed because I keep things really simple. With 4 dogs and long-haired dogs, that in the house, you don't really want to go overboard. And as a matter of fact, right now, I don't even have any hair ties or anything in the house. They're all packed away somewhere. And I am missing some stuff. I'll be entirely honest. I'm missing at least 3 pairs of scissors. Hold on, it's right back here.
She's already got a bigger bag than what I have, so I think she's lying.
I have a bigger bag, but there's not so
much. Political, welcome.
And I forgot part of it.
That's a big ass bag.
Yeah, but there's really not a lot in it.
For reference, guys, this is my bag.
I live in a cold climate, and honestly, the best thing to do is make sure you dry the dogs. I can use a regular hair dryer, but I haven't cleaned this in a little bit. This is nice for them. It actually gets under the hair while it's and it doesn't get too hot. So
I have to get one of those for my cats.
I actually left the shampoo downstairs too. Yeah, but getting a dog, I mean, actually, the nice thing about this versus the hair dryer, it's a lot easier to get them to sit still for it. The hair dryer has a tendency to freak them out a little bit.
There's this brush I want to get for cats that has a little like capsule of water in the middle, and as you brush it, it mists a little bit of water to wet down the fur, and I want to get it. Do you have that nozzle in your shower for the dogs?
No, I just wash them in the sink.
Oh, that's right. Your dogs are portable.
They're small. I can pick them up. Even Sydney will fit in the sink. And honestly, at least everybody but Grace goes to the actual real groomer every other month. Just because, honestly, she likes me, so it's not that bad.
Listen, I gotta be mean to the dogs. Although I will say Greta, last time I groomed her, because I don't groom them super often because I didn't have all of these things that I do now. Usually I've got to pick her up and I feel like I'm putting her in Auschwitz. Like I pick her up and she's just like,
yeah.
And then she's constantly trying to. I'm like, I'm body blocking. Hi, sheep. I'm body blocking to make sure she doesn't get out. And last time, for the first time in her near 8 years of life,
that little metal container with
she jumped into the tub on her own. Hi, Esteban.
The box on the front.
I was very impressed with my girl.
Yeah.
All by her lonesome.
Well, it's funny.
Hello, Rachel.
Hey, Rachel.
I have you to thank for part of this. When I get to mine, I'll tell you. Hi, Black Cats.
But what was I about to say? Oh, when I'm washing one of them, inevitably, all 3 of the others will be at my ankles trying to, because they see it. They don't see it as taking a bath at that moment. They see it as getting attention, and so they want the attention. Now, if they're the one taking the bath, they see it as getting a bath.
I wish none of them, except Orion, loves the water. So as long as he's eating the water, because he'll chomp at the stream, he's great. I had to slather peanut butter on the wall. So that's why I didn't look up the lick mat, you dumb bitch.
Yeah, you want the lick mat.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a lick mat. Because
it's probably a good idea.
It's a great idea. Like, I don't know who came up with it, but they're a genius. But anyway, so you got that vacuum thingy.
Yeah, well, it's actually a hair dryer with a brush. Small pin comb for after you get them really brushed out. This is what you use. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it.
Thank you, baby. Ew. Just walks away from me like that. Tell him I'm leaving him.
Double-sided, larger pin comb, regular brush. Actually, this side you don't use so much because the texture of their fur doesn't really go through. But this one works best.
Well, cats really
Uh,
shouldn't be getting baths, Esteban. Like, for the most part, you really should not be washing your cat unless they are old, they are hairless, or they have some kind of issue where they can't clean themselves or they got really dirty. You really shouldn't be washing your cats because they're designed to clean themselves, unlike dogs.
my curved scissors for doing basically around faces and their feet. I need. I'm gonna have to buy a new pair of blending shears because I can't find them, and that drives me crazy. Because for those of you who have never seen a set of blending shears, they actually break up the line so you don't have to put that straight line, and it looks more natural. And then of course, their least favorite thing, the razor.
Before you finish, one, Metastep, thank you for becoming a 2-month member for Miss Horror. Now,
Aww.
I love this. Finally, Restream acknowledges when you get a member.
That
would
is great.
drive me nuts. And actually, there is a great question. First of all, 404. There's one right there.
And they're under my feet right now.
But right now, what we're talking about grooming our animals and how to how our system goes. So that's what she's going over. And yeah, I have several of those. Now, what's crazy is, so mine was mainly for Zorro.
Mhm.
He actually never got once we were holding him. They didn't care at all. The dogs don't really need it because their hair is like this long.
After the first few times, they adjust. But of course, when they're young, they're a pain in the ass, and I'll actually show you what happened to Sydney in a little bit. But of course, then I have multiple types of razors. This one is actually just a little short. I need to buy a larger one. This is a 7FC. I just use that to shave down Grace. The higher the number, the shorter the cut. So I need to toss out that 10. I wish I'd remembered I'd had this. I'd used this instead. Here's a 4.
She already has more exotic tools than me. Miss, I don't
and
have that.
Then, of course, a 10, which 10s are what you usually use on their sanitary parts, shaving out their paws. Because, I do have to, this 30 I use very rarely on, especially when they're young, the insides of their ears, because you want to get as much hair
around the face and the
well, no, this is if you want to get it like you want to make it like you basically razor shaved it. I mean,
Hi, Toasty.
Hey, Toasty. And this you use in those occasions. Doesn't get a lot of use, but so the one that I use the most is the 10. And then the 7 or the 4, depending on what I'm shaving down and how badly they are when I'm shaving them down. Because normally, if I'm shaving them down, it means I was a bad person and I didn't brush them enough. And then these two things. This is most easily identified as a flea comb. Personally, we don't have fleas. I use it to clean the gunkies out of the sides of their eyes.
A lot of if you've ever watched Girl with the Dogs, you recognize some of these tools. Like, I immediately recognized it as also a tool you can use for detangling around the face.
Yeah, you can use it for detangling. And then a rat tail comb for when I decide to put their hair up. This is the best and most efficient way to deal with that.
Congrats on your chicks. Rachel had a whole new clutch of chicks born.
Oh, congratulations. And then, hold on, there's a couple more things here that I use, but I want to close this. Here's one of the bows I don't use very often.
Oh, that's cute. It's a Minnie Mouse bow.
It's a little Gracie bow. And here's the tape for when you're trying to tape up puppy ears. And let's just say that that's fucking hell. At this point, I'm just, let them flop. They'll be fine.
Bless you.
They don't get ear infections or anything from it, so no big deal. It's a look thing.
Moon, Rachel's raising everything.
And then, so for my special girl who has a little bit of skin allergies and she's got some contact dermatitis. No, I meant my dog. Some contact dermatitis and allergy ears. I've got a probiotic ear cleaner. which actually has cut down because if you don't do something, she has a tendency to basically, she will sit there and scratch her head. She will dig her foot all the way inside her ear. And it's like she's trying to dig her goddamn brain out.
I do 404. When we get to me, I'll tell you what I've been doing. It's working.
Then, oh, no, that's not for putting on dogs. That's for Sydney to keep him from eating things. It works 50-50.
Hi, Desert Jack. Yeah, because sometimes it works and sometimes the urge is just.
Sometimes it's just flavorant.
Yeah. It's like, oh, delicious.
Nice big bottle of detangler spray because when you let the dogs grow out, you need something to help you get through the mats and stuff, especially if you go a little too long without brushing them, or if they're outside and they decide to get into those absolutely terrible
mud pits.
No, not the mud pits, but the when the grass gets long and they get those foxtails and they get it gets in their face. And I hate having to cut them out, so instead tangler.
With me, I have near in the dog yard, there's these bricker bushes and these brambles, and they have blood red thorns that pop off real easy. And so they'll run inside, and then I'll look on the muzzle, and just right in a whisker, there'll be a thorn just stuck in there. And I'm like, and then I got sometimes I find out the hard way because they'll rub up against me. I'm like, how the fuck? And it's because the thorn has rubbed off of them and onto me. And today, guys, I saw something horrible in the dog yard.
Uh-oh.
A red anthill. It erupted. As you know, I stopped paying the bug guy. By the way, I'm not topless, and this is all due to cats. This is healed. I'm just a giant scar. Anyway,
that's it getting better.
Yeah, she saw it when it was worse. I wasn't willing to have a low-cut shirt then. I was like, it just looks wrong. Penny is becoming a regular coat. Don't you fucking dare, bitch. Thank you. You all know what I'm yelling at her for. It's Penny. We all know what Penny does. She's the wicked pisser. And so what was I saying?
Red Anthill.
Red Anthill. And the thing is, the dogs, that's right where they run past, right? So you know what sometimes has happened, guys?
Getting red ants in your house.
No. Just Cassie. They don't get in the house. They just get on me. Because I'm allergic, and that's how I find out when my whole entire fucking leg is on fire.
I must be allergic too, because I remember when I got bit. Oh my God, that was one of the most painful experiences in my life.
At first, it's just a little tiny fiery
little burning pinch right at first, and then it erupts through the rest of your body.
And then you just like it. For me, there's still slight swelling where it happened. And this was years ago. My mom was alive the first time I got bit by red ants, guys. I need you to understand this. So that's how long ago it happened, and I'm still fucking swollen. So is there more to your
one more thing? Again, for sensitive little girl. No, not you. Probiotic itch relief daily spray for if she's getting and it really was only bad when when we made a mistake and she bred too many times. So for those of you who think about breeding a dog, you got to be careful. One of the most important things you need to do for your dog is let them have time between pregnancies to recover. The very first time she got pregnant back to back, the second time she got pregnant, she did what's called blowing her coat. And that means just about all her fur fell out. I mean, just everything. It wasn't shedding. It was like all her fur just fell out. She had bald spots in multiple places. She's finally growing them back. I am so happy about it. She is in way better shape than she was previously. I was very upset with myself, to say the least.
Well, accidents happens when you're a breeder, sadly.
Accidents happen all the time, breeder or not. This is why, unless you are planning to have unless you are actively planning to breed puppies, you get your dog fixed.
She has alopecia like me.
She did. Is she under my feet?
So,
Tracy, are you here?
We had that reminded me of something toasty. So at my job, we had this wall of flowers that we made on grass, and my boss wanted to cut all the flowers off to replace them with something else.
Oh, thanks, Meta.
Oh, Meta. In case you guys don't see, he has donated $5. It was very sweet.
It's a Shiba dog sticker, bowing respectfully.
Whatchamacallit. And the problem is, I had made that floral wall. Okay. And someone's rating us. Thank you, Heathen. Help Heath Nation. Thank you.
Heath Nation. Woo.
I had made that floral wall, and I had made it in a single day at the very beginning of a very big event in town. So I used a copious amount of hot glue on each flower.
Oh,
and
God.
I looked at my boss and I said, "You cut them off. That wall's going to look like Jada Pinkett Smith."
All right.
And so afterwards, that's been the joke for weeks now. No alopecia. We are not alopecia. None. And so, Miss, I don't have a very complicated, I don't have a lot of items routine. You ready for my routine, kids?
No. I got a couple more things that I'm talking about.
More.
Oh, no, I don't. I just wanted to talk about my dog.
Oh, no, go ahead.
So I was talking about when she blew her coat. She would scratch so bad that she actually had, and thankfully you can't see it anymore, there was a bald spot right here under her armpit where she actually scratched to the point that she gave herself a little wound that is thankfully gone. The other spot was here under her chin, which is, she had a blank spot right. Yes, I know, baby, but you're going to do it anyway because mommy wants you to. You're going to do it and you're going to like it.
Right.
So, what's that? Is that just a spot? Okay, that's just a spot. But right here under her chin, where you see all the fur now, there was actually a big bald spot there too. So, now, one of the things that I used to do for her to try to help with her ears was pluck her ear hair. I actually do have a pair of hemostats around somewhere for that.
Well, so nothing is more satisfying than watching those videos.
Yeah, but try to do it to your own dog. They don't like it.
I'm very grateful my dogs don't have long fur. Grooming them is a breeze.
Thankfully, for the most part, it's not. She was the only one I really ventured into doing it for, and it was only because she scratched her ears so bad. Now, most of that I've determined was actually a chicken allergy. That, unfortunately, chicken is something that many dogs are allergic to in terms of food allergies. It's an extremely common allergy for them. So if your dog is having physical problems, if they're having itching or something that you can't explain, first try putting them on a limited food diet that removes chicken and trying that for a while and seeing if that helps. Now, thankfully, this one loves salmon more than just about anything.
I'm listening. I'm just.
And then.
She's being weird.
One more thing. She is being weird. Sydney, come here, baby.
You just had dinner, bitch. I hear the. What? Don't fall.
Now this one. This one had just came back from the professional groomer. She was told to make it so I can see his eyes. You'll see what happened to the top of his head.
I mean,
she was trimming his bangs, and someone came in the door, so he turned his head just as she snipped, and she ended up having to take the whole top of his head down.
I mean, she did do as you asked.
She did. And I don't in any way blame her. I blame this asshole. Over here. No, don't look at me. Look at over here. No, that's the wrong way.
That whip around.
The wrong way.
He whipped it.
Now look this way.
Hands.
See? Over here. There we go.
Oh, it is working.
There we go. And he just had a vet appointment last week. Guess how much he weighs?
14 pounds, 6 ounces.
Higher.
28 pounds, 9 ounces.
Too high.
24 pounds, 4 ounces.
18 pounds.
Damn, you couldn't even give me a hint.
No, that is not guessing.
I mean, I did it.
So yeah, for a breed that is generally supposed to be between 4 to 8 pounds, he's 18.
Hey, little big.
And when you consider that his mother is 8 pounds, his dad is 9 pounds,
Now you know how
and
better
he
for a
has
grown-up.
brothers and sisters that range from 5 to 14, that will tell you right there how difficult it can be to breed one of those perfect show dogs. Because it doesn't matter what you think you have in your dogs. What you can get is something entirely different.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So,
okay, now it's your turn.
Here's my super complicated and way more. I cut the extra claw. Okay. So I have this doohickey right here.
Oh, I didn't even have my clippers.
So I use this to trim off the excess on the claw first. And for my cats, I have this. You guys, for new people around here, it's going to be blue. All blue. Okay. That was the first thing I looked for. It's a dog nail trimmer, but is it blue? And that's how they got me to buy it. So the cats and dogs routine is nearly identical except for the bath part. So I take away the weapons first. Cats, primarily, this is what they get, although I try quarterly to brush the cats out because they shed. But this Amazon, and I love it, it is by Bochelle. And this is a really good cat claw clipper.
I actually prefer the not the one like the other one you have, but the other the guillotine version, but it squeezes vertically instead of horizontally.
See, for dogs, that's great. Cats, I don't give a shit what dog I'm because this is one of the biggest things I hate about. I like Girl with the Dogs. I hate how she clips cats' claws. This is horrible for cats' claws and she uses the dog size one for it. This is too large of a claw clipper. If you look right here, you can see the blade is much thicker and it's too much pressure. And because she'll clip it with the cat's claw coming down like this, she clips it like this, which can actually shatter the entire claw capsule of the animal. So don't do that. But what I do is I do this first. I watch a little too much Hoof GP. Orion, can you come here and I'll demonstrate real quick? Let's see if I can get him to do it, guys. So this is Brahma said on top of the stream his dogs will take and hide the clippers if you set them down. These sit on top of the dog's crate in their own little basket. Orion.
Yeah, I'll be honest with Grace and Sydney. When it comes to nail clipping, I leave that to the professional or I take them to the vet because they both hate it so much that it literally takes 2 people to restrain them.
Sit. All the way. I know he wants something else from me, but Paw. Come on.
It's like, I don't know what you're doing, Mom, but this isn't what I want.
He knows because he knows what this is. So he does not like it. But what you do is you trim off the excess. See, he's ready to pull away. You trim off the excess. I'm not going to do it right now. He does not like this whatsoever. And then I utilize this. Wait. You know what this is, though. Yeah. And it's a buzzer. Sit.
Oh, the grinder? Yeah.
Yep.
I should try one of those on Grace.
They're not that bad. And I'll show you what they do. Can you see? I know. This isn't the normal routine. I just want to demonstrate. But you did a good job. Good boy. And so I utilize these just to do their claws. The dogs I do on my own because, one, I don't trust people to control Orion. Taking him to a groomer It is not that I fear the groomer's safety. It is one, Orion is very big and people don't listen.
Yep.
Because there's too many pitbull people in grooming. I want you to be a pit bull person. I don't want you to be a nanny dog person.
That's why I love my groomer, because I'll walk in and she'll be, I mean, she will yell the fuck at a dog and say, whatever, just whatever she wants. And then she'll look at me and say, gosh, I hope you don't mind. You know, like, and she's like, I'm like, you know, I don't care. She will hold those fuckers down. She will pop them if she has to. And that's what I want, is I want a groomer who's going to treat my goddamn dog like a dog.
I need that. But see, since I'm that person, I might as well be it. So this is the first step for me, right? And I even have, on the offhand chance I need it, a little file. Mm-hmm. These all came as one kit, and I really, really like it. This is on Amazon for like $25, super affordable. And then the next step is I brush them down. I can't find my curry comb. I must have left it out there. It's a Martha Stewart curry comb. But what I first do is I use this because they really like it.
Pin brushes are nice.
This is actually a human one. This is a Revlon one.
Oh, I've totally used a human brush on my dogs. Hell, sometimes I use their brush on me. So
look, that's what he can brush. He knows what's up. This is their favorite part. When I brush my hair, because like when I go to the bathroom in the morning, I do my whole entire bathroom routine. Like while as you guys know, I have IBS, so I have my whole routine right there while I have to take care of other business. And so while I'm brushing my hair, they'll come over and they'll be like, oh, can we get brush too? So I'm like, yeah, fine, here you go. And you back up, don't you unplug nothing. And then I have this, which I honestly think you should invest in. This is called an Equi Groomer.
Yeah, I've seen the girl with the dogs.
Yeah.
Use that.
Thing
is my dogs don't need that.
Well, what it does is really good for getting any dirt in the fur and for detangling. I've used it on my long-haired animals and my short-haired animals. This part of the routine, all my animals get. So when I do the grooming, the big grooming where all the cats, all 16 animals get groomed, everybody gets this treatment. And when they really need a good rubbing, I have this. Again, everything's blue.
Get one of those for the cats.
This is really good if you need to like quickly try to brush some of it out. It's not, I will say it is not the most hyper effective product, because which one can I use for technically this actually?
You can actually use all of them on your back.
Yeah, this one's actually good for people too. So that's the first part of the routine. If, for instance, I'm going over to my father's and I have to, because his cats are all elderly, they're only a couple of years younger than Zora was, that's where these come in. Why are you coming back? See, I told you, they're not afraid of it. You don't need this though. And I use this. Wall is really good. You don't need anything fancy. And I honestly never need to put on any of the protector blade thingies.
Well, those are more if you want to cut to a certain level anyway.
Right, which I don't need to. I believe I have two of them, because these are all Starman's ones that we bought and just did not work for his beard, but they are fantastic. Equi Groomer is great for pulling hair off cat trees. Yeah, it is. And there's another thing I want to get. I have not used, but I want to get it. I've seen the advertisements. Yeah, these are both old Starman's buzzers, and I bring these with me when I go to my dad's, because his cats are overweight. And they do get big mats. Greta, what are you doing, baby? They get big mats on their back. And so I bring this with me along with cat claw clippers. And I take care of that. Then I move on to the dogs. I have medicated ear wipes. So I do not do this very often because I do not want to over wipe their ears and cause irritation. Greta has had a persistent problem with her ears since she was a puppy. So I always make sure I have these on hand. And then I go on to the wash. Now, traditionally, although it's not the best, if you do have fleas, you can start off with a diluted Dawn. Are you frozen? Blink if you're not frozen. Okay, so you were frozen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm back. What are you doing?
Back.
Grab it.
You were going to scream. He was trying to take the picture because you were frozen on my side. He was going to try to screen grab
Oh
the
my God,
picture of me
really?
frozen. Yes.
This was you frozen. You were like,
Well, at least I
just
looked
went
like I
just
was
like that,
asleep.
right? Oh, Desert Jack's going. Bye, honey. Have a
Bye,
good
Jack.
night. So if you're seeing any kind of mites or fleas on your animals, doing a pure blue dawn dilute first is really good because that is an immediate killer of larvae and eggs, and it does help out a lot, and it does help kill the fleas themselves. Don't you fucking dare, bitch.
And remember, they'll use it on baby ducks, so it can't be that bad.
Exactly, that's true. And so I start with that, and now typically what I've been using. Why are you live at almost midnight, girly? Because that's how I roll on Mondays, emo trash.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting you're in the other time zone. I was going to
Right?
say it's only 10. What are you talking about?
I've been using this for a few years. Again, I don't need to wash my dogs a lot, so I haven't had to. This GNC Pets Vitamin Enriched, it's the eucalyptus mint. For numerous reasons, because of the more cats I've gotten, I really try not to use this too often because my cats go into the tub right afterwards. Fun fact, eucalyptus, guys, is toxic to cats. And then what I've done afterwards is I would spray them down, and I'm still going to, with this waterless shampoo and leave-in conditioner. So I put this in afterwards and I wipe them down because this is really good for keeping their fur soft. So what I did was I wanted to update their routine a little bit. And that's where the last two steps come in. Because that's it. Miss, I don't have a lot of complicated shit. Nah.
To be fair, I'm missing my metal comb too. My double-sided metal comb that I used to break up the. Okay, look, I have a lot more shit. I just don't have it all with me. Okay, it's where it needs to be so that when I need it, I can get to it. I didn't want to bring it all. Hey, Avery, good to
Hi,
see you, man.
So
Yeah, sorry, Meta.
this is by again Reese Street Soap. She just came out with this, and it is called Dogwoods, and it is
White.
shea butter with oatmeal, lemongrass, and rosemary oil, which are really, really good at helping to kill and prevent fleas, mosquitoes, and ticks. So, and it smells really fucking good. Like the dogs really liked it. When I pulled it out of the package today, I did not tell them. Normally, if I get something for the dogs, I'll be like, oh, "This is for you guys." I said nothing. They came over and they were like, "This smells real good," and so I was like, "Okay, so I know they like it."
Yes, I keep all the good toys in different rooms.
Oh yeah, I have this all on top of their crate, and so then I was like, I wanted to add something because Orion, as you guys know, ever since the summer when I got sick, and then especially after Zorro died, Orion has been hot spotting really bad. And it's gotten to the point now where his tail is chewed raw, right at the base of it. You can't really see it. He gets a lot of zits all up here.
Hi, Diane.
Diane. And Diane's favorite subject, dogs. Because Diane's gonna get one, right, Di?
She waits until summer, or if she waits until winter, I can send a puppy.
Yeah. Oh no, it has to be a husky, you see.
Oh God. Good luck with that.
Yeah, trust. There's a whole thing behind that. And then there's this. I just made this about 2 hours ago. I looked it up, okay? Because I looked up how to make your own pet cologne and how to make your own pet paw balm. I have seen people dye their pets green for St. Patrick's Day. Is there a special pet dye out there? Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of those dyes that you see, GZD, DR for EV, I don't know if that's supposed to be anything else, but that's what I'm going with. It's actually a vegetable dye that you're seeing. And so it's completely safe. That one is perfectly fine for dogs. I actually want to get my dogs dyed. PetSmart, Petco, most groomers will have it.
My groomer will do it if you ask her to.
Huh?
My groomer will do it if you ask her to.
Really want to get blue stars put on Orion.
Wouldn't that be hard to show up, though?
No, because it's like a bright, bright blue. And plus he's got that white on his chest.
Yeah.
And like, he looks super, super dark, but I think it would show up nicely against his fur. You say that, Di, but I know. Don't dye your dogs. Well, it's not that kind of dye. It's not like splat or something like that.
It's not like what I'm about to go do. So
Your pets have.
we will talk about it, Avery. I have suggestions because there's products that I use that other people don't know about.
And here's what I will show you guys. This is a paw balm that I made for them.
Oh God, she did it without gloves.
What is it?
Yeah, she died. A girl at his work dyed her dog blue and purple without gloves.
Oh my God, yeah, that vegetable dye is strong. I didn't know they had hair dye. Yep. And so I made this tonight, and this has honey, beeswax, shea butter, coconut oil, olive oil, and bergamot in it. Products people don't know about. She's talking about a human skin suit.
Yes. Yes, every good eldritch being needs a human skin suit.
She keeps it well moisturized. You know, that salt water usually ruins it after a while.
Oh, yeah. But enough moisturizer and a little bit of extra care, and you're good to go.
And look at how healthy the hair is. She hasn't dried it out at all. Usually the sand just fucks it all up, but I'm so proud of her. And so I got this. Orion loves it, and it smells really good. So it is, as a matter of fact, Moon, that's a great question, and that's what I intend to use it as. So what it's called is paw balm. And you can get this for your dogs. Some, plenty of brands make it. Look how cute this little spoon is, by the way. It's a little shovel. My friend gave it to me, and it's so fucking cute. So I'm going to use this after showers on their nose, for Orion around his face and chin, under his paws, and on his belly and butt and tail where he's hot spotting. Greta, same situation. And need your anti-eldritch routine. Mine keeps falling apart. It's a semen jar, Julia, stop it.
As long as there's not a My Little Pony in there, we're good.
Of course not. I would never do such things as clopping. Oh, I actually really wouldn't, but in the context of the joke still. My guilty pleasure is my beard shampoo. My husband has an entire beard routine, thanks to me, but I gotta say, his beard is so much better, guys. His beard used to be Twilight Sparkle for the win. For what win, sir?
I've been trying to get sheep into a beard routine.
It's 100% worth it. Everyman Jack is the one my husband uses, the sandalwood stuff, and he has the whole routine. So he uses Burt's Bees for the facial cleansing and the face soap. And teach me how to beard. I will go grab his routine right now. Don't tempt me.
We can groom not just people, not just dogs, but humans too.
I have my face routine in here. When I do a routine, guys, I build it up from the bottom and I make sure it is perfect. And so that's why with this only took me 10 minutes to make in the microwave. I literally shoved everything in the jar. I melted it all down. The beeswax melts like nothing. It's so quick. Then the honey is the thing that wasn't in the recipe. So it is harder to get the honey to mix in. If you look on the bottom, you can see. So what I did was I heated it all up and then I stuck it in the fridge. And then about every 5 to 20 minutes, I would go in, I'd stir it up. And I kept doing that until it was emulsified enough that the honey would disperse amongst the gelatinized oils. Are these all organic? Yes, it is. All of this is organic. I made it all myself. The bergamot, Rachel sent me, so I knew I had a use for that. And I am now going to get, as long as you use distilled water, pure alcohol, and 12 to 15 drops of pure essential oil, you make your own cologne. So rubbing alcohol, any rubbing alcohol that's isopropyl, whatever the fuck it is.
Isopropyl alcohol.
Thank you. God almighty. Alcoholic? How you know that?
Well, for one, that's not one you drink, but to keep bugs away, what I do is half isopropyl alcohol, half water, and some peppermint.
Pink dolphin milk! She just celebrated her 1-year wedding anniversary.
Ooh, congratulations.
Lily, I still have the coat over here, but it's too warm in the house. I have to wait till I start using AC to use it again.
She
Um,
loves that thing though.
oh my god, she got one to match. How does it work
Uh,
with mosquitoes?
I don't know that I would use it as a mosquito spray because
Right.
let's face it, the isopropyl alcohol smell is strong, but
Strong.
it really does work on keeping the bugs away for the most part. I've got to do it here in the office again.
I
Hence the
actually
scream the other week.
yeah, I use a so for this so that's my routine, guys. I plan on making the perfume this week. I just need to get the oh fuck me, what was I gonna say? I need to get the spray
That one
bottle.
thing.
I want it to be glass so that way it's harder for the animals to fuck around with it and it's sturdier. And I'm gonna make one bergamot one and one lemon one so that way I can spray the dogs down after their baths. And so I'm really excited about this. Like, and for the dogs when I send them outside and I don't want them to get bitten by mosquitoes, you should bottle and sell it. But it takes so much work. Plus, I might, I don't know. Let's see how far I get with this. I still have a hard time keeping up with Patreon. Ask Dolphin Milk, she'll tell you. And whatchamacalls it. So what my plan is I always get a citronella band. So if you ever go to the market during the summertime, guys, there's always those little citronella bands that you put around your wrist and it prevents mosquitoes. And they actually work really well. And they work for about, I would say, 10 to 12 uses. And so what I do is every night during the summers, or pretty much as soon as spring hits here, I put that around their neck and that prevents them from getting bit out there. Now that prevents them from getting bit of mosquitoes. It doesn't prevent them from any other bugs. So I am really hoping that this balm works because I plan on putting it all over them. It's got honey in it, which attracts flies, but the bergamot will hopefully help keep them away a little bit. I plan on updating the recipe at some point to include like the lemongrass and the rosemary and things like that. For the moment, this is mostly to soothe the zits, like because Orion, his whole you better watch it, lady, because I'm trying to visit this year. I'll bring a puppy with me. Don't tempt me. I got connections.
And the puppies I have, fucking adorable.
It's true. I'll do it. Lie to Doug. Say it's. I'm gonna tell my kids this is a husky.
Even men, I'm not gonna lie, even men, once they get to know these dogs, get over the fact that it's small, they love them.
Have you tried Irish Spring soap? I have heard about that. I have not tried it.
I just can't stand the smell myself. If you want to keep me out, you put Irish Spring soap around. That's ugh.
Are the zits from stress? So no. Short fur dogs tend to get skin problems, especially pit bulls. They tend to get them really easy.
Vincent, I'm painting my nails. I don't need your help.
And Orion especially shoves his face where it doesn't belong, and he's constantly like licking his face and things like that. And so that happens to him, and it's always happened to him. But I think the foods are getting oilier. It's in the last few years, pretty much since the pandemic. So I don't know if something has been put in a lot of the pet food.
Well, the qualities are going down. It's to the point that it's almost like, do I maybe want to talk to my vet about just figuring out how to, make my own damn food?
Like grease. Yeah, grease, I would say. And guys, I will be very honest with you. If you're used to using bar soap, again, not sponsored, but Reed Street soap, I gotta say, I really do like the soap. And it's not super expensive, and you're not supposed to be bathing every single day unless you absolutely need to. But even if you do, $15 a month for a bar of soap is not that bad at all. Starman bathes at least 4 times to 5 times a week because of his job. I bathe 1 to 2 times a week. And that soap I bought 2 or 3 months ago. I might have even gotten it right before Christmas.
Didn't you get it at the same time you got that soap holder?
Yeah, but I can't remember when it was. But
I was probably in January.
Yeah, so it's been about 2 or 3 months, and the first bar I bought is just dying now. I opened up the next one, which was this jasmine one, and it smelled so good. Jasmine and honeysuckle. And so it's really good. I absolutely love their bay rum soap too. Brings out the masculine in me. During hardcore winter, my water bill is negative. Right. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, I recommend really good quality, like goat's milk, olive oil soap, and cold pressed soap. Things like that work really well for skin. Um, that's my personal opinion. But yeah, I can't wait to make the dog cologne because I've got all these essential oils. Rachel must have left because do you love animals of all kinds or are you a fan of my I love animals of all kinds. I won't house all of them, but I'm an even bigger animal lover than her, and I can
I
prove it.
wouldn't say that.
I don't kill the spiders when they come into the house.
That has nothing to do with love. It has everything to do with the fact that I know better. They're evil.
Oh, and by the way, I believe Dave. I think Dave.
Dave, yes.
I think Dave has infiltrated the advertisements on Twitter.
Why?
I sent it to you on
Oh God.
What's your favorite animal? Shit, that's hard. So, like my favorite food, I don't have a favorite animal.
Yeah, yeah. But here's the issue: is he would actually want them captured, starved, and sleep deprived.
True. You're right on that one. Bugs aren't deserving of love. See, Moon's on your side. Your mom's studying spiders in the jungle. Damn.
No, my mother is not Madam Web.
Whatchamacallit, one of the reasons I want a house so I can have a dog. It's definitely worth it. I would say I have like a top selection.
Hey, Bong Donkey.
Technically, I have decided my favorite animal is a water bear. Because you can't kill the motherfuckers.
Nope.
But they're also microscopic.
Yep.
So water bears are one of my top favorites. Followed by obviously cats, horses, orcas. I have a massive affection for rodentia as a whole. However, I have a very big I despise they only live for 2 to 5 years. That's not very fair to me.
Tardigrades, not centigrades.
Tardigrades, you said?
Yeah, that's what they're called.
Yeah,
that's the other. Yeah, he said centigrades.
Not centigrades. That's a measurement, isn't it?
Pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it is. I love whales as a whole, honestly, are pretty fucking phenomenal to me. I love marine life. It fascinates me. Microscopic things. See, water bears you don't have to worry about. They really don't bother people. They like dense dying vegetation, things like that. Water bears can survive in zero gravity. They have survived going to the moon and back. They have been dehydrated, completely dried up into a little crisp for up to 20 years and then came back to life. That's why I like them so much. They're resilient as fuck. Like, they're just so cool in that sense. I would say wolves would definitely be up there. Again, the problem is like I have a very hard time picking a favorite animal just because all of them are so fascinating to me. And they all play such an important role in life. I would say when it comes to what I connect to best, I think we all know. I think we all know exactly what animals I know the best and I have the easiest time connecting to. And then dogs, I'm still learning. I am, I would say, about 89% there on dogs. I have every confidence when it comes to cats. Dogs, I still, I'm willing to learn it and say, oh shit, I got that wrong. My fiance loves rats and he hates that they only live 2 years. Right. The longest living rat I've known of lived 5 years. That's why I like, whatchamacallit, degus. Despite all the issues degus have, They are one of the longest living rodents you can find. They live to 13 years. I'm all about that life. Of course, none of mine lived that long. The longest I think lived 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 12, 13, 14. She lived 7 years. So she lived a decent amount of time. Tina was my longest living one. The rest of them all got sick because that's the bad part about dagoos. They can get very sick very quickly, very easily. And
Uh-oh.
that's not good.
That's not normal at all.
That is not normal at all. What the hell are they hearing? Let me just exit out. You see, something happened the other night that you guys don't know about.
Again?
It was bad.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if I told you about it.
No, you didn't.
So Orion, most of the folks that only know this are either on my personal Facebook or on my Instagram. Moon knows about it because she's one of the ones that saw it. I see nothing on the camera. There's something fucking around out there.
Maybe it's just
no, now he hears me on the camera. That's it. He heard me.
Whoops.
Sorry, Orion. Come here, bud. Come on. Come here.
Hey, Wade.
1, 2. Come on. So, Orion and Greta, come here. It's fine. No, you need to relax. Do you want to have some lip balm? Oh, what's this? Yeah? All right, why don't we give this to you and then you'll chill, and then I can tell the story about how you gave me the biggest heart attack of the year. Yeah? Sit. All the way. Come on. I know, Greta, you want some too. Yeah. I know, he's trying to lick it off my hands. Here, Greta. Hold on. Greta, up. Come here. No, come on. Hop up. There we go. She wants to lick it. There you go. Here. So, anyways, the other night, I and Starman were having a relaxed night. It's been a decent day. And if you guys don't know my nightly routine, how it works is this. Starman and I have dinner. We watch anime. And when dinner is done and anime is done, we start the nightly routine. So we put up the dogs for the last time of the night. We do our nightly routines. You know, he does his face. I go to the bathroom. We feed the adult cats. Then we put the dogs in the crate. We feed the kittens. And then once the kittens are done, we come back out. I say goodnight to my husband. He goes to sleep. I decide what I'm going to do for the rest of the night. And I let the dogs out, so on and so forth. Okay? So, I am going to the bathroom. And if you don't know how my house is, the wall behind me, this is the dog yard. Right here on the other side of the wall, right in front of me, right, literally there, is my bathroom. Okay?
Hello, Vincent.
So I am going to the bathroom and I hear a clunking sound. It's very quiet outside. Now, I thought the dogs had already come in. I hear a clunking sound, very subtle, from right about there, which is where my carport is. If any of you have watched the video of the creeper who showed up at my house, that is where I'm talking about. There's a door back there to the dog yard from the carport. It's right outside the side door. Okay? I hear this clunk, clunk. And I hear it from outside. And I said, Matthew? Yeah? Where's the dogs? They're outside still. I said, I got a bad feeling. Bring them in. Not 2 seconds later,
Hey, not in my
I hear wood breaking. I hear leaves flying. I hear snarling, and a dog is screaming bloody murder. I'm hearing Greta barking. I'm hearing a dog. Like they are screaming, and I flip. Matthew, get outside! There's a fight! There's a dog! There's a dog! What had happened was a dog had snuck into the dog yard. It had crawled under the door over here. And Orion met this dog. Orion proceeded to break the corner of the door, crawl through. The corner was only this big and this tall. He crawled through it, latched onto this dog, and chased it into the night. And I have no idea where he is. We don't know where Orion is. We don't know what happened. This has been one of my biggest fears. I am shaking. And I'm in the bathroom. I can do nothing about it. Matthew's outside. He doesn't see Orion. Greta ran in, and she is spooked as fuck. So now I'm cleaning myself up. I'm running out the door. Matt finds Orion at the very edge of our property, buried in the brush, trying to find whatever he chased.
Oh, gosh.
Took him, he had to pop this up to 60 to get him
Gosh.
back. Mind you, it's on 30 right now, guys, and I can prove it. Let me see. Is it going to show? Of course not.
If you can. Yeah, it's not going to show up, I don't think.
It's not going to show up, but it's on 30. And Matt brings him up. I saved the video because in case somebody comes at me later. I was terrified, and I sound terrified because all the thoughts went through my head, and this is why this is my terror. Because my dog was on my property, and not just on my property, inside a fenced yard. Someone else allowed their dog to roam the neighborhood. They came onto my property. My dog gave chase. Orion is 110 pounds. He is large, and as you saw, he is a dark gray color. If he had chased that dog off my property, or even if the owner was close enough and saw him chasing him on my property. I live in the South. I live in the boonies. My dog could have been shot and killed because someone would have tried to protect their dog.
Even though their dog was obviously already in the wrong.
Right. Orion had, thankfully, not a speck on him. Nothing. As you saw, it's only happened a couple of days ago. Now, you guys remember the raccoon situation. He came back bloody. He had scratches on him. Whoever this dog was, I believe it was those dash hounds I've told you guys about.
Sounds likely. And honestly, if a dog's going to get away from Orion, I would say a dash hound's the most likely to.
Well, here's what hinted at it. So when we got Orion back, because he did come back relatively quickly, all things considered. It felt like an eternity to me, but it really wasn't that long. I threw him in the house, and I watched the video of Greta afterwards. She didn't sniff his face. She didn't sniff his butt. She sniffed his belly. Which means more than likely, there was a moment in the scuffle where the dog got underneath him and tried to bite his stomach.
That's a dash hound move right there.
Exactly. And I was like, because Greta's very intuitive. Every time I've nearly been in trouble or nearly injured, it was Greta who came to my defense. I think whenever it's come to a fight, though, Orion does not need any help, and Greta's very well aware of this. So she backs off. She doesn't want to fight if she doesn't have to. And she likes other dogs. And my biggest problem with this is that on top of what could have happened to my dog, this ruins a lot of his training. This can damage. Fun fact, guys, no matter how good you are, one negative interference can damage your dog's training because it can make them, because Orion has now learned him attacking gets what he wants. He gets to the dog. He chases it off. So that teaches him that what he did worked. Okay? That's first of all. Second of all, it could make him more violent towards dogs. Because I'm not able to control that situation. And this is the problem that I have. And I got really mad. I haven't released, I even made videos to release onto my YouTube. I haven't done it yet because I need to look them over again and make sure I don't sound a little too crazy. But my issue is someone else's irresponsibility can negatively affect my dog for a long time to come.
Yep.
By the grace of God, Orion has no slashes, he has no gashes, he has nothing on him. But that is purely because Orion is a fucking massive, strong dog. It is not because the other dogs weren't strong. It's because he was better. Not every time is it going to be that way.
Nope.
We got a new puppy, Yolanda is her name. You sound crazy. Listen, when it comes to my animals, I'm willing to be a psycho bitch. And so it very much bothers me that once again, I have no idea if there was no blood. We looked because that dog had to have run very far. Why folks can't train their pets properly? Because they don't want to, Avery. That's the biggest problem.
Takes work. Training a dog is just about as hard as training yourself.
It is just, because you got to do all the things you got to do for a toddler. You got to teach them manners. You got to teach them when to go to the bathroom properly. No, I'm not doing that, James. Whatchamacallit. It is a lot of, by the way, congrats on your new puppy, Pluribus. It's a lot of stress. And I have been stressed. Like, I was shaking that night and I was shaking for a while because Orion is a dog that must be contained. When you have a dog that size, when you have a dog that strong, there is no, let it do what it wants. Give it a little bit of freedom. Walk out the room and don't put your hand in its bolt. You don't have that luxury.
And you shouldn't even do that for, just to be entirely clear, you shouldn't even do this for small dogs. You shouldn't do this for any dog. Realistically, small dog, big dog, every dog needs training. Every dog needs to be controlled because not only, yes, in Orion's case specifically, he could kill another dog, but your dog not being trained can get your dog killed.
Right here. Pink Dolphin Milk, 100%. And that's what I tell people because, there was this comic, and again, the dog group is a gift that keeps on giving. So in this other group, this comic was released, and it shows this woman holding a dog on a leash that's going berserk, while the other person has an unleashed dog, and the woman that's got the dog on the leash said, "You should leash your dog," and it's supposed to be the person with the crazy dog is in the wrong. But everyone, even in the comments on the original post, goes, the person with the leash dog is right.
They're both wrong.
Well, my thing is, if you've got a dog that's reactive, and the reason why your dog is reacting is because someone else's dog marched up to you, I see it as, in my opinion, you got to take your dog out. I do think you should have more control over your dog.
You have to take your dog out, but you don't necessarily have to take it where running into other dogs might be an issue.
I see that. I personally take Orion, but I did train him for that. I will say that. Gatlinburg, he was great.
And it's so here, at the house specifically, there's a huge gulf between my animals in some ways. Rudy, I've been taking him to work because Grace is in heat. It's good to have him away, let him get away from those hormones and not have his nose up her ass the entire time. It gives her a break from him trying to molest her and all sorts of other things. But he, previous to now, has never gone out of the house in a public area very often. So when I go to work, I'm going to a store and I sit in a little office. So it's not like he's interacting with people. But, occasionally someone will come in and, they see the cute little dog. Oh, can I pet the dog? And we always say, yeah, you can try. But his problem is he won't approach many people. So most people will stand back and they'll hold their hand out to him and he'll just look at them like, you're retarded. What are you doing? And please leave me alone. And he's not vicious or anything. He's just not outgoing.
Dogs don't like people.
he's not outgoing. And now Sydney, on the other hand, I take him to work. Someone holds their hands out, and he's like, "Oh hell yeah, pet me! I like you. What do you got for me?" And part of that isn't that that's Rudy's not a social dog. He has not had the same socialization. So Rudy did not go out to the store where people would randomly come up to him. So while he's a lot better than he was years ago when I didn't really take him out at all because I didn't leave the house, he's not as he's not very good either. If I had taken him in, because Sydney's been going to work with me since basically after he got his first set of shots that would allow me to let him leave the house. So he's used to being around people. He's used to people wanting to approach him, and Rudy's just not.
See, and I tell people this because, like, you guys know I follow Jonas Black, and I really do like his teachings. He's a very intelligent man when it comes to dogs. I love how you didn't link me and Meta.
I think he's saying he sent it to my DM, and if he did that,
oh no, because Meta sent you something, and
yeah, I'm in the middle of painting my nails.
All right, I got it. Anyways, so
I'll look
he
it up
said
in a
it
second.
point blank, and this is where I will, I think, slightly disagree with you, but I'm agreeing with you. Some dogs just don't need to meet people. You teach them basic manners, and that's it.
I'm not saying they need to. I'm just saying that there's an obvious difference between when they have the exposure and when they don't.
Agreed. But what I'm saying is, like, I think people need to understand this, and I'm not necessarily meaning you, obviously. You've owned dogs longer than me. I think people really need to understand, and this is something that I had to get over because I didn't understand it either. I, knew it, but didn't know it. Is that most dogs are not like people who just need to find the right people. There are many, many dogs that just simply do not need to leave your house. They don't have to get in the car and go on a ride. They don't even need to go for walks. And even if they're an active dog, you can find a way to give them activity that doesn't involve that. And
Yep.
I found that out the hard way. Your dog does not need to meet every dog. Most dogs, and I actually learned this with Greta because, Greta loved to meet every dog. She wanted to meet every single dog. She wanted to play with every single dog. And I got in the habit of asking, is your dog friendly? Does your dog want to meet other dogs? I always asked because Greta was always ready, a little too ready. She tried to get ready before I tell her she was ready. And she did get a little almost bit a couple of times as a result because she would rush forward. And hello, AD1093. And whatchamacalls it? I personally don't feel, especially with Orion, I have found he doesn't lose anything. He loves going out and meeting people. So, like, when we took them to Gatlinburg, Orion was in heaven. He was doing great. Do you know who was doing horrible? Greta. Mind you, Greta is very socialized. Greta has been socialized since she was a little puppy. I have been taking her to PetSmart since she was 7 weeks old. I was after the first time I did it because I had no idea what I was doing. I put a 7-week-old puppy on the ground on a leash. Yeah, see? I didn't know. I had no idea about parvo. I had no idea about any of it. And I got screamed at by the people at PetSmart. They said, "Get that puppy off." And I was like, "What? What did I do?" And they educated me immediately. See, I knew kittens. I knew how kittens operated. I knew that was the case. But from what I'd always seen with rescues and other pet people, they always brought their puppies out. So I assumed it was okay. Because in my mind, as you guys know,
After their shots.
Yeah, I assumed everybody was like me when it came to their animals. They did what was best for the animal. Why don't you see kittens out? Because it's not good for kittens. You're not supposed to bring them out. So I assumed if people brought their puppies out, which a lot of people do, I assumed it was okay. I quickly found out it was not. So I reassessed everything. From then on in, when I bring Greta out, she was always in the carriage with a blanket after I sanitized the carriage. And
you go a little further than I would.
Oh no, I was big because the thing is, parvo's so prevalent here.
Well, yeah, I guess it is way down there. It's worse.
Yeah, it's bad. Like literally, parvo is so prevalent down here that any sidewalk here runs the risk.
But I won't take my dogs out in a public place until after they've had their shots. So
I did ask the vet. They said it was fine as long as she didn't touch the ground and interact with other dogs. And so what I did was I had my little sanitizer bottle, and I was like, "You want a pet her? You gotta put this on first." And I did the same with Orion, which is why Orion loves people. And if it wasn't for him getting attacked at the dog park, I think he'd have been fine. But I've already gone over this a billion times. I know exactly what I did wrong. I know exactly where I went wrong. And it's, too little too late now. But I've done a lot of hard work to get him out of it. And I will say Gatlinburg, for me, was the proof of my hard work. Because he was fantastic. He was literally within a foot of a Samoyed. And yeah, he got a little excited because the Samoyed got right up in my fucking face. But Orion didn't do anything wrong. He stayed with me. He didn't even snarl. It was great. And which is why it annoys me again that this dog got in my fucking yard. Because I don't know if that got reversed now. And I'm not willing to find out yet. Because now it's getting towards the hot season. And I very purposely do not take Orion and Greta out when it's hot out. Because where Orion is fantastic to people every other time, if he is overheated, he does get territorial. He gets very territorial. He doesn't with me and Matt, obviously. But I told you guys, people have approached the car when he was feeling overheated, and it wasn't good. It didn't look good. And so, would complain even though they would never what? It's true because my dogs never had any dog friends. They were very social dogs because they always excited to see other dogs. But I had to be careful with them because they are pit bulls and people would complain. Well, I mean, it's like Starman and I were just saying tonight, full-grown men have run from Orion. Like, I was sitting in the body shop that we normally go to. This was during the pandemic. I was getting, I think I was getting my tires replaced, rotated, and the oil changed, I think. And I was sitting in the shop. It was hot out, but I didn't want the dogs to be by themselves in the crate when I could take them with me, and this body shop loves the dogs. I was sitting in there. Orion was being so good. This black man walks in on his phone. He was in the middle of a sentence. This is exactly what he did. He walked in, he went, ha, ha, and he literally, with the phone, he went, ha, ha, and just like, you would have thought someone was holding a gun to him. And then a second man did it on the same fucking day. And I'm like, and this is what Orion was doing. He was sitting there, laying down. He did nothing.
This was years ago. My brother had a friend over, and I had my small little Sophie was the dog in the house, and his friend comes down the stairs and sees Sophie and just freaks the fuck out. We're talking about a man afraid of a Yorkshire Terrier.
Oh, good Lord.
Some people are just that afraid of dogs. The boy jumped out of his skin. It was hilarious.
I will never, I can understand being cautious.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's like, well, you haven't been attacked. I'm like, I have been attacked. Yes, I have. I've had dogs go after my face. I've had dogs go after my body. I've had cats attack me. It's get over it. That's how I see it. That'd be like me saying I can't talk to black people. A black guy attacked me once.
I have one attack me on a regular basis. I mean, wait, not.
Listen,
that's not what we mean.
You don't even know about the red room there, 50 Shades, okay? But it's like, for me, that's the reason why I don't like it, because it's a blanket statement. And the reason why I don't like that blanket statement is because it ends up turning people who really don't understand the animal, and it makes them get attacked again. Because when you sit there, again, I had a black woman. I was walking with Orion. Now, guys, there is a lot of me, okay? He's on a belt at my waist. We were on opposite sides of PetSmart. Orion wasn't even as big as he is now. He was like a good 25 pounds less. She saw him, went, ah! Like she screamed bloody murder, snatched her baby, and ran the opposite direction. Not out the door. She just ran deeper into the fucking store. And I was so annoyed. I said, that's how you get bit.
Yeah, too many people don't realize their reaction to an animal is how you end up getting bit a lot of times.
And she was in PetSmart. Like, bitch, what was you expecting in a pet store? And literally her family was like, we're so sorry. Like, she's so embarrassing. And I was like, can you just let her know that if the quickest way to get bit
is to run?
She just did. Like, you never run screaming and yelling from a dog. You become more interesting to chase.
Yep, it's why the cats get chased, because they run from the dog. If Vincent was just to casually stroll himself out the back door, they wouldn't give a fuck. But because he insists on running full speed, they get very interested.
The heart rate is what really gets them. If you have a dog that has a high prey drive, it's actually one word and it's PetSmart.
Yes.
PetSmart. Like, it's technically PetSmart, but it's all one word. Right, like, it turns on their predator nature, exactly. Because what you're doing is you become something interesting to chase, and that kicks over something, and there's nothing you can do about it. That is what I wanted to... I just remembered I wanted to talk to you about it last week, and we weren't able to. So talking about predator instinct and training and everything.
Oh, God, what did the dog group do now?
This wasn't the dog group.
Oh, thank God.
This was my friend.
Oh, God, no. What did your friend do?
So she was telling me about her friend who rescued a Rottweiler puppy.
Oh, God.
It was going to be euthanized. You know what? That's why it's a question, because it's all one word. That is an enigma that cannot be solved, Star. So, are you ready for this, guys?
No, but you're going to tell me anyway.
I don't know if I've told you this. I don't think so. But I want you to listen to me, but I want to watch her. Okay? So, it's a Rottweiler puppy. Okay? And he's a diabetic. So he wants to teach this dog to be a medical support dog, to alert him when he's going into, diabetic issues. Fantastic. He's also training the dog for defense. He is training the dog to attack. He is training the dog to launch. He takes the dog for, the bodysuits, where the dog launches off and grabs on the suit and is allowed to take. See, this was the reaction I was waiting for. Because when she said this to me, I said, I need you to repeat that again slowly. Because the thing is, guys, you can't train a dog to be a medical assistance dog and be an attack dog. And here's why. Because the dog's not going to know the difference. And in the heat of the moment, when you're having a diabetic coma and someone's coming towards you to help you, that dog is going to protect you.
Protect you to death. Yep.
Sure will. It's going to make sure no one touches you. And when I shared that to the dog group, they were like, oh, that's illegal. And I was like, sure is. And I told her to tell her little friend that. Because I'm like, he has to pick. It is either a protection animal for the house, or it's a medical alert animal. It cannot be both. Because the problem is, again, this means while the dog is out and about, it might mistake what it's supposed to be doing for its job at that time.
Yep. And my God, people are retarded.
And I gotta go to bed. I have a lovely night. Have a lovely night, Pink Dolphin Milk.
Night, Dolphin Milk.
I I still have a hard time understanding. She's like, well, he said it's not quite that. I'm like, oh no, it is that. If there is, I need to train it because of my diabetes, but also I'm taking it. And she said she's seen the video of this Rottweiler walking off with the arm pad after tackling. I said, well, we know he's doing at least one of those trainings. And I'm just like, why do you need an attack dog? What do you need it for, sir?
What are you afraid of?
Right? Like, are you?
I mean, I'm all for people carrying guns, but a gun, the human has to pick up the gun and point it at somebody. The dog can go off, literally, without anybody doing anything.
You can't just do this on a whim. You have to know what you're fucking doing. Bless you, Nova. You have to know what you're fucking doing, guys. Like, you can't just, for the sake of it, just be like, sure, why not? I just, yeah, hurt. I had to share that with you guys. I had to get her reaction because I thought I told her. There was something else I wanted to talk with you about this week. And dogs have terrible aim, right? You can't hand them a gun for shit.
Oh, God, no.
Maybe a sawed-off, but still. Buckshot goes everywhere. There was something, you know what? I bet it's in our messages to each other.
Ask Dick Cheney about that.
I have a... Dear.
Oh, they were actually hunting pheasant, so at least it was birdshot.
Oh, God. That's too much. I have no idea what this says, but okay. Someone sent me a message. I have been dealing with nothing but retards this week, I'll tell you right now. It has been... On Twitter, It has been nothing but retards. Oh, you going to bed, honey? Good night, Tony.
Night, Tony.
Yeah, that was the major... So when I told you I had a major dog story, that was...
Okay.
No, that wasn't it. There was another.
Oh.
There was another dog story. Guys, I had just so many this week. Okay, so Coca-Cola had to come and take the machine from the restaurant last Monday. Okay? Now, I had been working all day, which is why I wasn't too upset when you were like, hey, I gotta take a day off. I was like, you know what? Oh, sure.
How could you?
Oh. But anyways, so the Coca-Cola guy comes in. We find out that they didn't tell him about the big machine. They had to come back the next day. Okay, well, I'm not going to be here for it, but no problem, sir. You touching my hip? Listen, she reached down and touched my hip. It was so cute. Every once in a while, Paige is something just adorable. So, I'm talking to the guy, and I don't know how it came up, but we started talking about dogs.
I can't imagine how that possibly came up.
It wasn't me, I promise. It was so the waitress for the restaurant lives upstairs. Okay? And her dog's name is Vader. And we were like, Vader's coming down. He's like, whoa, you're loud. I'm like, listen, I could get louder. I said, but Vader don't like people. He's very protective of his owner. I said, so as a result, we make sure everyone knows, clear the back for the moment. Okay. Hello, Christina's lifting and healing journey. And thank you, James, he gave me a star. And aww. I live for these streams. Thank you. And so he starts to tell me about, he says, you know what? I understand. He said, I've been dealt with territorial dogs.
I'm sure he has as one of those people.
No, he was a mail carrier.
Oh, God, even worse.
And he told me a very harrowing story. Now, I'm going to paint the scene for you. 2 children, ages 4 and 6, alone, outside. Mailman walks up. Kita. Male. Full grown. And they left the children in charge of this dog.
Mm.
He walked up to the fence, and before he could even finish reaching for the mace, the dog was on him. It crushed his collarbone,
Oh my God.
went for here. He said the only reason the dog didn't take out all here is because he grabbed the. If you guys don't know what a Akita is, they are massive.
Think of a very large Shiba Inu.
They are literally bred to kill bears.
Yeah.
And they are known. This is one of the dogs that you cannot fight me on. They are a vicious dog. They are bred to be vicious. There is no, oh, well, it's just, no, these dogs have it in them. This is not they are always bred for work. They are never bred for family. And if you have Akita and you have small children, you better not leave it alone. I don't care who you are in my audience. You better not leave it alone with your small children. You better not leave it unattended. And you better not leave it outside where it could kill somebody.
And for the record, you should never leave your small children alone with a dog or any other animal. That's just, consider that the PSA. Go ahead.
He had to get all this reconstruction. He got the dog off of him. The woman who owned the dog, but not all are bad, bigot.
No, it's just those nasty Norwegians.
I didn't say the dog was bad. I said it was vicious. I didn't say that was a bad thing. Wolves are vicious. Lions are vicious. They're not bad animals. That being said, they are working, hunting dogs.
Yep.
Not family dogs. When the woman came out, what do you think? I'm going to go ahead. What do you think her first reaction was?
What'd you do to the dog?
You motherfucker, you're lucky I don't fucking kill you. I should let the dog finish you off. How fucking dare you? Kid, no, this man was in his 40s when this happened. He was a full-grown adult, thank God.
Yeah, because someone younger may not have been able to fight him off.
Right. And she fought. Because the problem is, he is not the first person this dog has attacked. She did not train him. She did not contain him. And she left him outside with 2 small children. Now, granted, despite what I just said, I know that the Akita very rarely attacks its own pack. It's very rare. They are exceedingly loyal dogs. Still doesn't mean you should leave children alone with it, but I digress.
Children do stupid things all the time. You don't leave children alone with animals.
Because a dog will correct a child as if it's a member of the pack.
And I'll tell you right now, dogs don't correct their puppies gently. I have watched Grace hold a fucking 5-ounce puppy in her mouth like it was a piece of chicken.
Yep.
They do not gently grab, they chomp. And they chomp hard enough to let that puppy know, yo, stop.
Uh-huh.
And when you're talking about a kid, not only do you have that part, you have the part that follows the screaming because the kid's now scared and something's just happened. And at that point, the dog can very easily go from, oh, I'm correcting a child to, hey, this thing's making a fun noise. Let's do more.
Exactly. And he won the case because he said, in my opinion, a dog that does that and has done it multiple times, you are unable to care for it, and it has to sadly end its life. And so the dog did. It did get put down. She tried to fight it. She tried to counter sue. Thankfully, he won because Moon asked, can he sue? He did sue for the injury. Let's see. Pizza Cheetah says, I'm a pizza delivery driver. There's a dog in the yard. I call them from inside my car. Mail carriers have it worse because they can't just justify with the customer. The coast is clear. Right. I will say this. I highly recommend, if you in any way, shape, or form do any kind of delivery, learn dog body language. if for nothing else than for your own safety, you must learn dog body language, because that will help you a lot. Learn how the dog is acting, learn how the dog is reacting, and then also learn how you can de-escalate with a dog. Is it going to work 100% of the time? No, but it will absolutely help you, because I have seen many situations where a dog has approached somebody and it could have been de-escalated, but the person overreacted. Or worse, the dog wasn't doing anything wrong, but the person overreacting turned the dog's signal. And people get mad. Why are you victim blaming? Because you're a person. That's a dog. You know better. They don't. I'll always blame you, regardless. Because you are the human. They are an animal. Now,
You're supposed to be able to think about this shit. The dog can't.
Exactly. That being said, I had a friend this week who had to behaviorally euthanize one of their dogs. She's one of those people. She raised Catahoula dogs. Catahoulas are very tough dogs. As she's in Canada, she lives on a reservation, and she adores her animals. So it's one of those few times where if somebody tells me they put down a dog for behavioral reasons, I don't argue at all, because I do believe for the most part it can be fixed depending. I said it to her point blank. I said normally I would have a coulda, shoulda, would. I said, but if it's you, I know you knew you did what you had to do. And it still broke her because she loves her dogs, and I'm pretty sure this dog was the last remnant of her first dog. It was the last of his litters, and she had gone searching for him. And this was like last year, the year before she found him, so I feel really bad. But I know that, this is something where I don't know if I'd be strong enough. It's very hard to do. It's one of the reasons why I'm so stringent with Orion. I don't ever want to have to be in that situation. And the fact that my friend putting down her dog happened 2 days after Orion chased that dog out of my yard. It was almost like God was making sure I got a little knock on the door saying,
watch yourself, lady.
Watch your ass. So I have these 2 giant barrels. Like, when you store like feed, these big plastic barrels with the metal lock.
Mm-hmm.
They're in front of that fucking door now. It's going to take a big ass dog because they're fucking heavy. And so if the dachshund wants to get in now, I'm not showing anybody the body. I'm telling you that right now. I'm keeping my dogs safe. But, at that point, if you got attacked once, bro, and you come back for more, you know what? That's your fault. But no, and that's what I've had a lot. Like, I don't know why, but the whole entire attack dog has just been a thing. It's been a theme this week. But it is a full moon. I don't know what hemisphere all you guys are in, but in the eastern part of the USA, it's a full moon right now. And I'll tell you what, shit's been weird. It's been a weird ass week. People getting angry easier. People doing stupid shit. But yes, so. What?
Yeah, thankfully we've not had those issues here.
Dude, it's like, seriously. I got so many things just happening when it comes to dogs. Like, when he told me that story, and he told me all he had gone through, I just imagined it. Because, again, I had Seamus gnawing right here on my arm, and that was tough.
That was a cat.
That was a cat. Oh, I can't imagine it being a dog, and a dog of that size. If you guys don't know what a Akita looks like, hold on, I shall educate you. Why do I have an anime character?
Why not?
God.
Oh, you mean instead of the dog? Okay.
It's all this random anime guy. I don't know who he is.
Apparently he's Akita.
I guess so. Like, it was every photo. This is a pretty standard Kita. Well, Akita, but yes. This is a pretty standard one.
They're pretty dogs.
It's beautiful. They're a striking dog. They're a beautiful dog. That's the last thing you'll see.
Yep. Is that adorable little face coming right down for you.
And they will look at that little head tilt. Well,
yeah.
Flying straight to your face.
Right for your throat, right there.
You'll fall for it. And these are just the tiny versions of them, and they're known as psychopaths.
Oh, no, they're basically just Shiba Inus.
Yeah, exactly.
Larger. And Shibas are their own issue.
As far as I know, they're all branched from similar.
Yeah, they are.
Because if I recall correctly, Akitas are in the Russian and Chinese. Now I gotta look this up. Hold on. Stop sharing. Now I am nosy. Oh no, it is pure Japanese. See, I always heard the Akita was from the mainland.
Oh no,
the Akita is a Japanese dog breed of large size, originating from the mountains in northern Japan. Nova, no. Fucking no. You have an other area you can jump down in. At least let me move the damn keyboard. Fine, go. Bitch. I can't. They all land on it. I spent $89 on this keyboard and they use it as a bouncing pad.
Vincent likes to walk on mine.
No, I typed Kita. Anime is bae. I want to get a really loud dog and name her Starson. Damn.
Chihuahua.
I'm taller than that. At least
not in the dog world.
Ew. I think I'm more of like a corgi. Short legs, stout, big mouth.
Not that loud though. Corgis are quiet.
Depends on them. But you love that bitch. Oh, I love all my animals, but she's still a fucking bitch. He's a legendary anime character. I have no idea who he is, so he ain't that legendary to me, Avery.
I actually know who Akira is, so that's kind of scary that you don't. Hey, Silver.
Not Akira, Kita. I know Akira. I'm talking about Kita.
Oh.
I don't know who this Kita dude is. I'll show you. Hold on.
A corgi because you bounce. I mean, if you push her over.
Bro, this guy. I don't know who the hell he is.
Who the hell is that?
Exactly. This is who showed up.
Shinsuke Kita. Baby, okay. Have you ever heard of Shinsuke Kita? Shinsuke.
From Haikyuu.
Yeah, from Haikyuu. I was about to say it's a volleyball anime.
Well, that'd be why I never heard of it. Fuck that shit. Sports anime annoys me. Silvar! No, let me tell you something. So, guys, the tub I inherited when I bought this house, I don't know who made it, but they made it like the slipperiest tub on the planet. The dogs would slip when they got in it when it was dry. The cats would slip in it when it was dry. So, for the several years, I was very stubborn. I didn't want to get stickers for the tub. However, my stubbornness resulted in heavy bruising.
Mm-hmm.
Because she knows twice I didn't just fall in that tub. Nay, I went flying. I was airborne. And I was so airborne. The very first time it happened, I landed square on my ass cheeks, and I bounced off the side of the tub and then landed sitting. And I've never been more grateful for my ass cheeks than that moment. But the second time, I did not land on my ass cheeks. No, the second time, I nearly fell headfirst into the tiles. So I swerved myself at the last minute, and instead, I bruised the entire right side of my body. and I had bruises all up and down. This is like last year, I think, and I finally, like a week later, I would not take a shower. I was afraid. I was stank for a solid week. I was afraid to get back in the damn shower. And so I was doing Mexican showers with my hair. I was like, sponge bathing. And I went and I bought, and at the time we was really broke. I didn't care. I went and I bought 2 packs of the best rated shower stickers on Amazon. And I gotta say, I never felt more confident to be on a wet surface in my life. But
no longer slippery when wet.
That's why she laughed, though, because she remembers the bounce ass story. But ooh, nothing is more terrifying than you physically, you just in the air. You prove Newton wrong with the use of your ass. Ooh, is that the new one? She just came out with another one.
No, this is actually this is from a couple years ago. This is the
my nails are nice.
Unicorn Dream Collection.
Oh,
so this is actually, it came with these 2 creams. Make sure that lid's on before I pick it up.
Nice.
And then I used the Sonic Unicorn Skin top coat. And then I used the matte top coat on it as opposed to the glossy.
The matte over the hollow, doesn't that give it a little bit of a weirdness to it?
No, I don't really think so.
It's too bright to see the effect. I can see the colors, but I can't see the metal effect. Put it down a little lower on the camera. That's it. Bitch, I said a little lower, not all the way down. She's directing traffic, you see. I like it though. This hoe. No, my butt defies a lot of things. Like I can't sink.
I can't either. You literally would have to tie. Okay, so we sleep on a sleep number bed, which means it's full of air. I weigh more than Sheep does. Sheep sinks into it. I do not.
Sheep is
far more dense than I am.
Yeah, he's got more muscle than you do. See, I will tell you this, probably he's a denser, muscular person.
He's just, the thing is even when I was not fat, I was like this. I was always very buoyant. My mother's the same way. And we go swimming, my ass floats up. I have to work to keep my ass under me. And then
it's true.
Him, on the other hand, if he tries, he swims great, but if he tries to float, there is no floating. The boy just sinks. He just straight to the bottom.
See, Starman never gets in the water at all. I actually get mad at him. Like, I want you to swim with me at least once. The last time Starman swam with me, the first time was 2006. And I think the last time was 2011. That is the last time he has swam in a body of water with me. And I'm like, you're a party pooper, and I don't like it. But he doesn't swim at all, so that's why. But whatchamacallit. So, if anyone's ever heard of the thing Mermaid Garden, just explain it to him slowly. Eventually he'll understand. Not that kind of dense.
I mean, sometimes.
YouTube apparently got mad at Esteban and deleted his comment.
What?
Whatchamacallit, though. So, there's this thing called Mermaid Garden that you can play with your friends when you're young. And what it is that you all sink to the bottom and you sit like you're having a tea party. You're all mermaids. So
this explains why I never played this game.
Yes. My friends tried to help pull me down because they all got down at the bottom. Great. I got to the bottom after struggling to swim there. I got myself just touching the ground, and then my butt went
whoop.
My butt first. I'm watching them as I'm getting dragged away by my own ass. And they tried to pull me down, but that was the thing. It doesn't work if you have to hold me, because then I started kind of pulling them up a little bit.
Mhm.
And this is when I weighed a little less, though. They censored my middle finger. Yep, I figured. It's beyond my control, Esteban. I have everything not restricted, so that's up to them. By the way,
Wild freaking comment.
this is the second week in a row we've had over 100 people. Like, hi everybody. I'm assuming that's on your end, Horror, because
I have no idea. I don't look. It's probably Twitter again.
Yeah, my Twitter had 5 people. Let me see. I'm at it like Twitter. We normally get 13 to 27 people, maximum 30.
No, to be fair, I think Twitter counts like individual views and not active viewer count.
Really?
I think so. I haven't
down.
Has it?
Yeah, a little bit. Like we were at 99, then we went down to 89, then we went back up to 102. And yeah, I've currently got 5 people, so I don't know if it's the same. Maybe they do that. But I know that Twitter is new. So even though we were streaming on Twitter for a while, Twitter views were not acknowledged. And hold on, let me show you.
Christ, I hate it when I have to redo the same finger 3 times because I keep fucking it up.
It doesn't let me type in my own live stream on Twitter.
Just go to your Twitter account and scroll down.
I did. That's where I am.
Oh, you're on the phone. I don't usually do it on the phone. I do that from the computer.
I shouldn't do it on the computer.
All right, you're lame that way.
I don't remember my password and I'm too lazy.
Yeah, just right now it's showing me on Twitter that there's been 79 views. It doesn't say viewers. It says views.
Yeah, I have 5. So I don't know. Dang.
Oh, Peregrine Fountains. That's cool. Hold on. Let me pull this up and we'll share this.
Did you find something fun?
Yeah, Metastep has I finally finished painting my nails, so I finally did this. But he has some peregrine falcons nesting near him. Yeah. So let me get to the
How
other.
many parsecs does it go?
Huh?
I made a Star Wars joke.
Oh. All right. So if I no, not that one. That one.
I'm wearing a pair of pajama pants that I haven't been able to wear in a long time.
Oh, do you mind if we show it, Metastep? It's kind of cool looking. I mean, it might be just the area that they're nesting in, but
I want to see the birds.
Apparently, we don't get to see the birds.
I want to see the birds, Meta. Bring us the birds.
Go find those birds for us.
No actual falcons.
It's a very pretty area, though.
Shenanigans.
I'll send her the link later so she can look at it.
Please. You can show it if you want. I feel like that's a guilty show it if you want. I don't feel like
we won't do it then. But I will let her see the area just because it's pretty.
Oh, I did find whatchamacallit. I did find something completely unrelated. So, guys, meet the Huamoa banana.
The fuck?
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, ladies, don't do it.
Do what?
You know what?
I bet it tastes very potatoey. It looks more like a plantain.
So, actually, no. It's apparently got a slightly pineapple, creamy taste to it. I tried to get one. $150. I went, well, I don't $150 want to try it.
I don't want to try a banana for the 150. No, it's a banana. I don't like bananas that much.
Bread. That is the banana bread. Just stick some walnuts on it and put it in an oven. Like this banana, See, Esteban catching on. Don't do it. Don't. But I looked at it because I thought it wasn't real. I thought this was like a mutated banana. The Huamo banana is a large, thick banana with a creamy texture and orange-pink pulp. These bananas are a Hawaiian variety and are thicker and larger than your average bananas, growing up to 10 inches long and 4 inches wide. That banana is going to feed the whole family, and Mom will be especially happy.
Oh my god, this is funny.
What?
Hold on. Meta tagged me in something, and I am going to share this.
Whether he likes it or not.
It shouldn't bother him if we share this.
Let's see. But it's it's big for a reason. Shut up, Liko. Friend-shaped. Welcome back, Dolphin Milk. Wait, no, I got one for you. Hold on. I said
That was cute.
Instagram. Go to your Instagram.
You see, you don't get into Twitter on here. I don't get into fucking Instagram on here.
I'm the lame one.
Who uses Instagram?
People!
Like who?
Like me!
You don't count. I'm not even gonna lie. I think I'm just too old to understand Instagram. I tried. I'm like, I don't understand what I'm doing here.
You're literally a sneeze older than me. Shut up. You're like you twitch and you're older than me. But I've got something cute. I got 2 cute things to show you guys. So first,
I bet I could do this with Sydney.
I've done this with Orion.
I don't know. I didn't ask. He said.
I have done this with Orion, which is why I was dying. But this.
Oh my god! All the comments on maybe you shouldn't do that. Oh god, the dog's fucking fine.
He's a puppy and he's a golden retriever. They have 3 brain cells as it is. He's fine. Like this.
Maggie.
Oh no!
Maggie.
Read the comments.
Maggie, what are you doing? There's nothing in the toaster. There's nothing down in there. I checked. Maggie.
Oh!
Fuck!
Maggie's a good girl.
I am very amused by the comments though.
Did you see? Now, my favorite author is the top commenter. She's like, she's doing her job. I'll tell you what, I feel like that would happen to me. Because you guys know the snake story. You know the snake story. And apparently it's happened a couple of times that, a body shows up. What was in the toilet? A mouse. And she chased it out. And I was like, damn, girl. Damn. No, I sent a bunch of stuff to... oh, thank you. I got the link. I sent a bunch of stuff to Horror last week.
She did. My phone kept going off, and I'm like, oh, God.
You didn't know whether to be happy or sad.
Am I worried about what I'm being sent here? I don't know.
I was trying to be prepared for the stream. Let me see. I sent this to you last Saturday.
It wasn't a rat. It was a mouse. It was a very small mouse.
This man found a lot of nuts.
Oh, there was the nuts guy. Pull up the nuts thing I sent you on Twitter.
Hold on. I'm putting some hand lotion on because my fingers are dry from all the acetone. All right, messaging Twitter. I don't see anything on Twitter.
It's up at. You gotta go to March 16th.
Oh, okay. Pictures of your cats, pin feathers. This one? Oh,
You gotta go up. It's he found a treasure.
I found it.
And yes. What do you guys
While
see?
repairing his TV antenna, this man found a lot of nuts lodged inside the antenna cover, completely blocking his TV signal. Yet after clearing out these unexpected nutty collections, his TV still didn't work. Puzzled about this, he inspected deeper inside the antenna pole that contains a TV cable. However, to his surprise, he discovered the squirrel's hidden treasure. This squirrel must spend a long time storing these 1,000 nuts for its winter. Subscribe. While
That's
repairing
more
his
than
TV,
1,000.
That was a lot of nuts. Did you see that guy who had his entire car filled up with black walnuts?
No.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's on Twitter somewhere.
There's a bunch. I sent you a couple of things on. Let me see. What was the other one? I sent you another YouTube. I sent you the pin feather one. I do want to show everyone, but there's another one before that. Oh, the duck. Remember the duck I told you all about? I found the video.
Oh yeah, she found the duck.
I do want to. I want everyone to see it because everyone thought I was nuts. Everyone thought I was lying, but I was not lying. I found it. I did. See the fat squirrel sold dude's egg roll? Penny, get down from there. I keep thinking she's gonna try to pee on over there. And then
Okay, is this it? Oh.
What?
Well, apparently the author deleted the
Oh.
tweets. That's weird. All right, so the duck.
Penny, use a litter box, bitch. Look. Right where the green is, so we know. Penny. Mind you guys, I went and I bought 2 more litter boxes. I bought 2 more. I bought a special one just for her for the top of the fridge. Luna sleeps in it. At least the one I put in the bathroom, because Calliope had decided that the bedroom wasn't working for her. The office wasn't working for her. And neither were any of the litter boxes. The bathroom was just right. And that's where she desired to stay. To do everything. Except eat. And so every morning, there'd be a new puddle in front of the toilet. And sometimes a real special gift would appear in front of the tub. And so we went and we bought the litter box. At least Calliope is...
Uh-oh.
She's peeing right next to the litter box.
At least she's closer to the right area.
She's right there. Peeing right next to the litter box. I don't even have the heart to... Guys, I can't with you. Well, I'm not washing that tomorrow. That's tomorrow's Cassie problem, not a today Cassie's problem. Just saying.
Yeah.
Play the duck.
I will play the duck.
This woman was taking photos of birds when she noticed what appeared to be a dead duck. Her neck was tilted to one side and she was motionless. 2 other ducks were sitting next to the dead duck, and when they saw the woman, they did the strangest thing. They started pushing the dead duck toward the woman, as if they wanted her to rescue them. She didn't understand what was going on until she saw the unconscious duck open its eyes and try to raise its neck out of the water. The duck still breathes in the water but cannot move. She lifted the duck's face out of the pond and held it steady. When the duck felt more stable, it swam away a little unsteadily, but her heroes were behind it to support it. When she visited the pond again, the duck she saved remembered her and swam straight to her and greeted her. This woman was taking photos of birds when she noticed what
I
appeared
would
to
not
be
have
a dead
believed that video. If someone told me that story, I wouldn't have believed it, but she got the whole entire thing on video.
After that thing with that pheasant in my yard, I believe it.
Right? But it was just so crazy to see that. Why am I gone?
Why are you gone?
Here
Where'd you go?
I am. I don't know why, but it changed.
There you are.
It. She
And
jumped-
there's a brat. At least you know she already went to the bathroom.
It's funny.
Just saying, at least you know.
I knew she was looking for a place, but I just want to again point out the very perfectly functioning and relatively clean litter box. And right there is where she decided was a far better option.
Is she fussy about how clean the litter is at all?
Yes, that's brand new litter.
I have, well, I don't know if that would work. Because I actually have a mechanical litter box. It actually pushes everything to one end.
Again, I put a litter box with 2 openings right where she always goes to the bathroom. I do all the right things, horror.
I'm just saying, it could be that they're just a little too dirty for her. She could be, I mean, you know that she's kind of fucked up. So it could be that anybody else's matter in there is
But
too
that's why-
dirty.
That's why I gave her her own, because she didn't mind when she was peeing next to the couch in the litter box over there. She didn't mind that at all. And I gave her her own private litter box under there. She didn't mind that at all. Penny made a deal with the devil. Let's be honest. Just like the owner. How dare.
To be fair, Cassie's potty trained.
Exactly. I use the toilet. Took me a few years, but I got there. Unlucky saying I'm a mite bit fucked up. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just a little bit. No, I'm not gonna use that word. It's just too cringe now.
Which word?
It begins with a Q, ends with an R.
Oh. Oh, yeah, because they totally changed the meaning of the actual word. Yeah.
It's too annoying now to even pretend to use it. But no, I'm expanding the litter boxes again. I'm gonna add 2 more covered ones. Once we get the kittens out of the crate, I'm gonna add 2 more covered ones to my bedroom. And we're gonna because I said we're gonna, convert to try and adopt. We're gonna try to get all of these out into the living room and get like a table situation above them, so that way you can't just free fall into a litter box kind of situation. We're just trying to keep it a little clean. It's a whole plan. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, this is my life. I like to prepare people for rescue. It looks a lot more like this than it does just cuddles and love.
Yeah, unless you only do 1 or 2 at a time.
Even then, if I just had Penny, she'd still do this.
That's true.
Like litter boxes. No. Not even just that. You see, because you can have it all in one room. Plenty of rescues do that. I'm talking about special cases like Penny, where you do everything that she wants, and she still changes the rules. Because she's recently decided I cannot sit without her. You guys know, I've been doing this for over a year now. How often did she show her ass up in here? Never. Recently, I cannot sit for any long period of time without Penny demanding that I sit near her. When I am in the bedroom in the morning, if I take too long, she stands on top of the fridge and stares directly at me and screams. If I stay up late at night and I'm on my phone, yeah, she side-eyes me all the time. What? If I'm on the phone at the bed, and she knows I got my pajamas on still, she understands that means I can still leave the room. So she will stand there and scream at me because what she wants me to do is leave the bedroom and go sit on the couch so she can sit on my lap. And it's look at her. I know I'm looking at her. And it's I think because when Zoro was alive, Penny wasn't willing to compete with him, because Zoro would for no reason slap them without even a thought. Another cat got on me. They could be sitting on my lap. He's all the way up here. He would spin around and backhand them. So it was Axel primarily. Axel and Arya he'd allow in, nobody else. And shockingly, Sinbad. He would be okay sometimes with Sinbad. And her on very rare occasions. So I think with him gone, she's like, on the one hand, she's upset that something she knew for her whole life is gone. On the other hand, she's like, my time to shine.
It's my turn.
Oh, and I did make a little cute video. Did you guys see?
Yeah.
Who wants to see? It was a very cute video. I posted it. Let me see. I gotta get to my channel now and find it. It's in my shorts. Let me see. Gotta get back to this. I am, however, getting tired. You know, as soon as I said it, I was like, I hope it didn't come out the way I thought it did.
Of course it did.
Of course it did. Every day.
Atticus is smaller than the others.
He is. Not by too much, but he is. He also only has one testicle.
Okay.
So Atticus developed slower.
Well, if he's only got one testicle, that makes sense.
Yeah. He not only developed slower, he is, like I said, he only has one testicle. He also his teeth came in later. He his meow is much more high pitched than the other two, and he is the only one who has not humped. He still tries to breastfeed. So he will sit there and he'll still suckle the back of Dante's neck sometimes. Not as bad as it used to be. It used to be so bad. Like to the point where Dante would scream in pain.
I had a kitten. I would wake up and the side of my head would be drenched because it spent its time suckling on my hair while I was asleep.
Oh my god. And cat spit is a special kind of, like, get out of my hair. Sunny cleans me while I'm going to the bathroom. It's real special. While I'm going potty, he gets up on the sink and he wants me to boop him. So I go to boop him. And after I boop him, he takes my head and starts licking it. And I'm like, okay, well, this is happening.
Oh my god, Sydney. Sheep will pick him up and he'll hold him like up on his shoulder with his paws around his neck, and Sydney will just lick his hair.
Orion, you can't lick him. You can't hug him without him trying to lick you. Watch. Orion! Come here, bud. I love waking him up when he sleeps with Matt. You know. Trying to torture him like he tortures us. Orion! Come here, buddy! Hear the thud every time he's just like, poof, poof. Just watch. Orion, come here. Hup. I know, big shakes. Come here. Have a hug? I want a hug. Come on. Come give me a hug.
It's like, I just woke up.
What's the first thing he does?
Goes for the face.
Goes for the face. Oh, excuse you. Nice burp. No, don't lick Penny. Yep. Every time. If I... Oh. Do you see yourself? He just looked at the computer because he saw his face in it. I know. You're a good boy. Yeah? Are you enjoying your sweepies? No. Gotta wait. Ooh. The big boy. You see that big red mark right here?
Yeah.
Oh, you just farted, you nasty bastard. Oh, you did a big old fart. Yeah, get down.
Dog farts are a special kind of disgusting.
I will say this. If you at least give them a better diet. Like there was this, I think we've had this discussion before. No, Penny actually does not. She said this Penny will throw paws. She won't actually. So Penny with the dogs is very non-confrontational. She actually rather likes them. It's the other cats, especially Sinbad now. Sinbad literally pulled out a chunk of her fur the other day.
Oof.
He chased her through the house, and as she jumped over the arm of the couch, he latched onto the edge of her tail and pulled out the entire chunk of fur on the edge of her tail. I
gosh.
flipped it. Like, I don't know what's with him. Sinbad is normally a very sweet and nice cat. He likes to play, but with her, he looks vicious.
It's probably, I mean, some cats don't like it when the other cats are unstable. And let's face it, she's unstable.
She is, but she's usually like, it doesn't matter. If she walks confidently, he does it. If she slinks, he does it. If
Yeah,
she's
but he knows.
nothing, he does it.
He knows. She might
Right.
look confident, but he knows.
And but it's like, at first he tries to play, and then you can tell he gets frustrated. And it's just so weird. Like, most of them really don't do it. But now what she will do is, once she's cornered, oh, she throws a whole ruckus. I actually had to redo the entire T-Marble.
Really?
I had so she had started to go to the bathroom in there. Like, she was refusing to go where she needed to go. And on top of that, they were getting in fights. You guys saw my world's smallest violin video. They've already busted 3 of my mugs. And I had to think of something. So I went and I got a tote. And I washed all the mugs. I wiped down the hall, all the shelves. And I shoved the tote and anything I could on top of it into the T-Marble. And I haven't heard a single metal and glass clinking since. It's great. I love it. Can't break what you can't touch.
Yep.
And so I have eliminated a place for them all to be in. Yeah, like, again, I like to talk about the realities of rescue on here because while I want people to do rescue, I want them to understand that you should not aim for what I do. Horror and I feel have done a good job saying this, but in case it needs reiterating, most people can't do what we do. And especially me, most people cannot do the volume and the variety of animals that I do. Because while I may have a lot of cats, the variety of personalities and problems are not very common. Most people are not going to have that. You're going to have a lot of cats of very similar things, and most people are going to have maximum 2 to 3 cats. You're not going to see the 4, 5, 8, 10, 14. You know, you're not going to see those numbers. And so
most people are more sane than that.
True is true. And it's a matter of, I tell people all the time, I want you to rescue. I want you to rescue responsibly. You know, there are people I know who have not just dogs and cats, but then they also have rodents and weasels and birds and aquatics. And then they have a hard time keeping up with them. They have a very hard time, getting people to care for them. And that's another thing that you really need to be conscious of. Doing this does not just require the daily. It also requires sacrifices.
Yep.
You don't get to just go on vacation. You don't get to just go away for the weekend on a whim. They have to eat. They have to go to the bathroom. They have to have someone take care of them. You know, and these are things where I tell people that just because, you know, I don't want to see animals get hurt. I don't want to see people get in trouble. And I don't want to deter you. I want reality. If you want to do rescue, but you want it easier, you do a cat. You want it really easy, do a younger cat. Do not do an older cat, because with elderly animals, you got to be there more.
Always. And more to the point, an elderly animal is more likely to have issues. A younger animal is easier to train out of issues. An older animal is almost invariably stuck in whatever ways they have.
Mm-hmm. If you want to have an easy rescue time, do not do little kittens. Do not do do puppies and kittens. Do not do elderly animals. Go for the 1 to 10-year-old animals. See, I sent you a funny video of cats when I was in Istanbul. When was that? Had to be a while ago. Whatchamacalls it?
Okay.
Or did you send it to me of cats from when you were in Istanbul? I'm confused. But
Video of cats, yeah.
from when, yeah, one of my boss, she was in Istanbul a couple of days ago. Her connection flight. Currently, she's in Thailand, sending me videos of all the foods that I want. And then I asked her, "How is it?" She goes, "It's hot and it's sweaty." I'm like, "Bitch, you from there?" She's like, "Yeah, but I'm not used to it anymore."
Funny how that works.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but the kayaking. She said I would have loved it. It was beautiful to watch. I just can't stay kneeled that long, so I would have to be able to sit like with my legs slightly able to bend.
Yeah.
Where in Thailand? I don't know where, and I'm not gonna tell Liko. I'm not gonna say that on here, but I know she is somewhere where the ocean is. That's all I'm gonna say. Guess, but
It's not like that's a vague description or anything.
right. But anyways, and I just want everyone to understand, like, you know, Krabby. There's a place called Krabby. Whatchamacalls it? And well, I don't know if I can pull it up, James. Bro, just Virginia was too hot and muggy for me in September. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. When it comes to the hot, muggy weather, I don't deal with it.
There's a reason I live in Montana. And it's because the heat is dry and not wet.
I don't care what anyone says, guys. Dry heat is bullshit. Because guess what? My sweat glands didn't know the difference.
Oh, your sweat glands still work. It's just you're more likely to actually evaporate the sweat than you are in a humid climate.
See, I will say this, Esteban, even though as I've gotten older, I do get a colder easier, I still welcome it. I still would much rather be cold.
I would much rather be cold than hot, but that's because I can always add another blanket. Once I'm naked, I'm fucked.
Right. There's only so much before you're baked. And not in the kind everyone likes. So I'll tell you what. I am dreading it because I can already tell. Because we already were in 80 degrees last week. I already know. I know it's going to be a bad one this year. But I'm hoping, I'm praying, I am pleading with the Lord that it's also a wet one. I hope there's lots of rain because that'll keep it real nice and cold. Well, that is convenient, right? Hot and humid sucks because of smell. I know, it's just always so gross. Like, for me, like, I love when people say it's boring to talk about the weather. No.
The weather can be very interesting.
Yeah. Once I'm naked, right. It's whatchamacalls it. I personally, I don't like dealing with mugginess. I don't like, and I tell people down here because everyone's like, "Oh, you should go to the beaches down here." I'm like, "No, I like going to ocean that refreshes me. It's not the sweaty, wet version of the air." I'm like, you know, because that's pretty much for me. That's centigrade, by the way. He finally got there. Sorry, I took what Horror said literally. Grass, sheep. Wait, what? I'm lost.
How do you mean? What do you mean? Took it literally? What do you mean? I meant it literally.
We're all too tired now. I think we're not.
No. He was talking about my once I'm naked, turns to being hot.
I'll tell you right now. I don't know how anybody in the tropics can fuck during hot weather. I will tell you right now, even when I was relatively thin, the idea when it was hot and sweaty and muggy of doing anything but laying as still as possible and hoping the sweat would catch a light breeze and cool me off was the only thing I could think about. And a giant ice cold glass of water. So, yeah, I will tell you right now, Silvar, anytime I hear about, like, tribes in the Amazon or people out in the Serengeti or anyone in a hot, sweaty climate that somehow manages to mate during the hot, sweaty season, I believe they are psychopaths. Either that or they must be a nymphomaniac, because sweating, that's a lie. I have been there and it's disgusting. It is the worst. Get all the dead skin and it gets all grimy and it's all nasty, and then you no. I prefer the dry heat. Get it? Passion, heat. She's too busy following up on her snails.
No, I fucked up 2 of them. So I had to take it off and put it back on 2 of them, and I'm really irritated because I had to do this one 3 times already.
It wasn't even the middle one.
No, it wasn't. It's disappointing. But this one was the middle one.
I love that as Esteban said that, you had already flipped me off. I was like, "You did it. Don't encourage her." But
like I need help.
Right. Well, I would say, darling, because I'm getting a little loopy. I'm tired. And I keep making you fuck up your nails.
It's not your fault. I keep ending up like I'll be sitting here and I must be tapping them into something because I'll have big old gashes in the nail polish.
More than likely, you're turning and hitting the mic or hitting your hair or something. If your hair is healthy enough, it slices right through that nail polish.
No, this is more like I'm hitting the edge of the desk or something with the type of gashes that I'm finding in it.
Well, why don't you do this, darling? You start us off, you take us out, and then I'll finish the job.
I'll be doing all the normal streaming stuff, and I have also started a video channel. So if you would like to hear my opinions on video games, culture, entertainment, all that fun stuff, then you get yourself over to The Abyssal Critic and watch the little videos I've made and have fun with that.
Make sure you send me a link so I can hopefully remember to put it in this later. Whatchamacallit. As for me, guys, promise I'm going to try to get a video out this week, but I got to do a lot for the restaurant and I have to do a lot around the house. But my hope is to get a video out this week. I will, because I have nowhere to go tomorrow, I will be streaming tomorrow. And if I wake up on time, it will be at noon, but it is also almost 2 a.m. here. You'll be seeing me tomorrow at noon. There should be a new video out this week. And as for my channel members and my Patreons, I will be getting out the Employee of the Month photos soon. If you guys want to help me vote on it, you have to be a channel member or you have to be a patron. We are going to be doing a new activity involving my animals. I have 16 employees at the house, you see. And these 16 employees, sometimes they're in their keep, sometimes they do not. And if you are a member of my channel or you're a patron, you can help me vote for who is going to be Employee of the Month. And I will announce it at the beginning of everyone. So right now we are going to be voting for April. I'll be getting that out this week. I have worked really hard on trying to gather their good points because the bad points stand out. Be seeing me at noon. I might believe in Santa Claus, but I hate that Delulu. How dare you? I am hurt, unlucky by that accurate and statement.
How dare you be correct?
David, I used to be on time. I used to. And then I became an assistant to a chef. And then everything went out the fucking window. But
then she got a real job.
I know, right? Then I started being a big girl. But all right, guys, that is it for now. Thank you all for joining me. All 109 of you joining me and StarMorata today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Do make sure to check out Reed Street soap, I can honestly tell you after using them for several months, I am a believer. It is not just because they are kind to right wingers. It is not just because I am getting any sponsorship, because I'm not getting a sponsorship. It's because I actually do believe in them. So I really think you guys should. And otherwise, remember to get your pet animals spayed and neutered. Remember to get them properly vaccinated. Remember to tell the people that are important to you that you love them to be safe. So, Harbor,
Yes.
I love you.
I love you too.
Be safe.
Yeah, you too.
Have a good night, everyone. I love you all. Sleep tight. Have a good night. Bye-bye.